Because when I'm working, it's like.
It
is 6:30.
Gotta be recorded first.
Yeah.
The magic words. Here we go.
All right. As a reminder to fellow council members, please make sure your microphones are on and speak directly into them. We're recording and live streaming. That's a check and a check. Good evening. I'd like to welcome you and call to order the December 9th, 2025 Port Orchard City Council regular meeting. First, I'd like to read our guiding principles. And in the actions we are about to take, are we raising the bar in all of our actions? Are we honoring the past but not living in the past? Are we building positive connections with our community and outside partners? And is the decision-making processes building a diverse, equitable, and inclusive community? Please stand and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, the first item of business is approval of the agenda. Is anybody willing to make a motion?
Mayor Pro Tem, I'd like to make a motion to approve the agenda as presented.
Second that.
Okay, we've got a first and a second. The agenda has been approved.
We should vote on it.
Thank you. It's gonna be a rough evening with this long agenda, I can tell. All right. Those in favor of approving the agenda, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. All right. Citizen comments. There's nobody here in the audience. Is there anybody online?
Yes, I have one participant that has raised their hand, so give me just a minute and I'll allow them to speak.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
If you could please state your name for the
Yes.
record.
Hi,
And
my
your-
name, 3 minutes? Okay. My name is Minita Holtrop, and I wanted to speak today about both stormwater and low-income housing. And I'll make it as quick as I can, and I'm brand new to all of this wording and everything, so I'll do my best. I've lived in Western Washington for 20 years, and I have been renting that entire time, and renting is keeping me in poverty, not allowing me to have anything set aside for my future. And I've been trying to buy for 20 years and have been unable to. I'm also self-employed, which makes it really hard. And so I am now retraining so that I can eventually make more money, which is great. And I also have a friend who will sign a mortgage for me, which is also amazing. So this is my chance to own some property, get some stability. I'm over 50, and I had this opportunity, and I found a plot of land in Port Orchard that I can afford. And I found a builder that will build me a 600 square foot home that I can afford. And so I'm very, very excited about this opportunity. And I was reading through your City of Port Orchard Stormwater Management Plan through that document. And you might not have it in front of you, so I'm going to read it quickly. Section S5C1C, Low Impact Development Code. And the city requires all developments to adhere to low impact development principles and requirements with the intent of making LID the preferred and commonly used approach to site development. The codes have been designed to minimize impervious surfaces, vegetation loss, and stormwater runoff on all types of development where feasible. I hope I'm making sense so far. So I found this piece of land, and I'm planning to put a 600 square foot home on it, a little patch of gravel for my car right at the entryway. Very low impact, but the plot is at the end of a small road that's paved, and the road, the pavement ends right at the corner of my property. So if I was required to consistently be on paved road, I would need to pave about the size of a bedroom. You know, that would even be excessive, but 20 square feet or something I could have to pave to get into my drive, into my gate, if that makes sense. But because there are other side roads off that paved road, the other side roads that other homes are using are all dirt. And so,
Madam Speaker, your 3 minutes are up. If we could have you reach out and give us your contact information, and we'll have somebody from the city get back to you, that would be very appreciated. Do
okay.
you have our contact information? Okay. It's
Probably-
being sent to,
Yeah, thank you. Would it be possible for me to meet with the Stormwater Management Working Group?
yes, and we can arrange that through communication coming from the city to you to begin that discussion.
Oh, great. Thank you so much. I appreciate you.
Thank you for your testimony.
Point of order, Mayor Pro Tem, there's also a citizen comment period at the end if
That's a good
that
point.
person wanted to speak.
We do have at the conclusion of tonight's meeting, or near the conclusion, a citizen comment period where if
Okay.
you wanted to hang out, you could pick up your discussion where you left off.
Oh, I appreciate that. Okay, thank you so much.
Okay,
I'll wait.
Okay, yeah, it should not be too terribly long.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Is there
you.
Anybody else? Willing to testify? Okay, was seeing none other. Consent agenda is the next item on the agenda. Do we have a motion to approve the consent agenda?
I make a motion to approve the consent agenda.
Do we have a
Second.
Do we have a second? We have a motion and a second. All those in favor of, wait, is there any discussion about the consent agenda? Seeing none. Is there a motion to approve the consent agenda?
We have the motion.
Yeah, the motion
Now-
Yeah.
in second.
Sorry. Call for a vote on the consent agenda.
Aye.
Yeah, all in favor?
Okay, all opposed, all in favor, aye. All
Aye.
opposed, nay. All right, I'm getting kind of frazzled here.
You're doing just
Deep
fine.
breath. You're doing fine.
Yeah, you're great.
All right, so item number 5, we don't have any presentations. We don't have any public hearings, and we have one business item, which is approval of the November 18th, 2025 City Council regular meeting minutes. Is there a motion to approve the minutes?
Mayor Pro Tem, I move that we approve the meeting minutes from our November 18th, 2025 regular city council meeting.
Is there a second?
Second.
It's been motioned and seconded. Any discussion?
Yes.
Okay.
So I just kind of want to point out, I got to scroll down here to find the actual minutes. So there was a section where we had voted on the acceptance of the donated land over by our new facility in the industrial park. And it says in the meeting minutes that it passed with a vote of 3-2. I just want to make that note that it didn't actually carry, and we moved it to the next meeting. It does say that further on down, but I'm not sure if we needed to change that. I did bring that of note to Ms. Archer. So I don't know if we need to make an amendment to that, or we just note it and move on. What's the proper procedure here?
Yeah, so the motion would just be as
corrected.
corrected.
Okay,
Yeah,
perfect. So that motion didn't
and
actually
I can work
carry.
with Brandy on that correctness.
Okay, thank you, Councilmember Turner.
Yeah, I was absent from that meeting, so I will be abstaining from this vote.
Okay. I was absent as well.
Okay, so question, point of order question. Because you said that it would need to be the minutes as amended, if I heard that right,
As corrected.
as corrected, do we need to do a motion on that with a second? So that,
So procedurally, that would be the most proper route, but if there's consensus, if no one's objecting to that correction needs to occur, then we can do it administratively.
I just wanted to make sure that we're
Absolutely.
following the steps.
Yeah,
Okay.
because what I'm envisioning is because the action was taken and it was declared passed
Correct,
in the
yes.
moment, there needs to be a footnote or some reference that it was
Okay.
inadvertently in error.
I just want to make sure that when we do a motion and then we have an exception to it or correction to it, that we have to do,
Through an amendment,
an
yes.
amendment to it. So I
Yeah.
just want to make sure, but in this case, as you said, we don't, so.
We
I'm
have
good with that.
consensus, correct, yeah.
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem.
Okay, thank you. Any other discussion? With that, I'll call for the vote. All those in favor of the minutes as corrected and presented, please say aye.
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 Any opposed? Any abstentions?
Aye.
2 abstentions. Thank you. We are on to the agenda item of discussion items, and there aren't any discussion items. And so we will discuss reports of council committees. Let's start with economic development and tourism,
Canceled.
canceled. Okay, the next scheduled meeting then is TBD. Okay. Utilities,
Same, canceled.
okay, and also TBD. Oh, no, January 13th.
Well, it will be new committee,
New
so
committee, right.
new committee, so we'll. have
Maybe
to
new times.
Figure it
Okay.
out, yes.
Got it. Finance,
The same, to be determined in January.
okay. Transportation. I think that meeting was canceled as well.
Yeah.
And so, and that next meeting is TBD as well. Land use. We did have a land,
Do we have a meeting?
we didn't have a meeting?
No, we already reported on the
Okay,
last one. we
okay.
had.
All right. And next meeting in January, TBD as well. Lodging tax advisory.
We were supposed to meet, we had some missing applications, so we extended the deadline. We now have all of our applications. We should be meeting some point next week.
Okay. Sewer advisory.
We don't meet,
Don't
the
meet
committee will
until-
not meet till February.
Okay. And then any outside agency committee reports?
Yes, I'd like to report on Kitsap Transit since there's been a renewed interest in that.
Okay.
We actually met on Tuesday. The 2 main items was that Becky Erickson is retiring as mayor of Paulsbo. So there was a lot of recognition about Becky and the role that she had played on Kitsap Transit, anything from Sunday service coming back to fast ferries. Also, the 2 action items were approval of construction management. They were only putting out the RFQ. They weren't approving the construction management. They were putting out the RFQ for the 2 projects for Ruby Creek Park and Ride and the North Maintenance Facility. So those are 2 projects that are starting to pick up steam. Again, this was not approval of the actual construction management, just the RFQ for it. So more to follow. Our next meeting is in January.
Okay, that's exciting news.
It is.
All right. Let's see here. There's no report of the mayor. The mayor is resting as we speak, I hope. Report of department heads. Dennis?
Good evening, Mayor Pro Tem and Council. I'll start off with some very positive compliments to our city. I had a call today from the city of Gig Harbor inquiring where we got our phony tree. They thought it was so good that they thought it was a synthetic tree and wanted to know where we got it.
No.
So the best compliment ever. Also got a call today from a business in Bremerton wanting to know where they could find marquee lights that we've done with our cruise time. So people are noticing. We did have a downtown business owner, Sam, came in today and wanted to personally thank staff. Compliments to everybody involved. It was very hometown feel. It was a great event. So lots of positives, and there was a lot of collaboration with the police department staff, our staff. It was a well-oiled machine, and always room for improvement, and looking forward to a better event even next year. So the next thing I had on your dais, I have placed a end of the year report summary for Public Works, and this is just a little outreach that we're doing, identifying where we're at as far as what assets we've identified, and just highlighting our work order systems and the public C-click fixes that we are getting. If you recall earlier this year, we kind of changed our process, how we were processing the C-click fix. It's very surprising that you'll see 60% of all calls that the city receives is street related. So it's what people see that they comment on. Nobody sees what's going on underground. So just keep that in mind. So then there's also a QR code to further outreach if they wanted to do a C-click fix. So just a little PR we're doing. Our staff had fun doing this little report. So the last thing we did get the public comment. I wanted to advise update council. I did meet with the proposed property owner, Ms. Holtrap. It's the property is 1109 Garrison. So this is a property that was already submitted for permits for a building permit and an LDAP permit. It's on unopened right of way. So the process is that to meet fire code access requirements, the street has to be built to the city standards. It would become eventually a public street. There is an LDAP in permitting already that was submitted. The permits were approved. I don't know if the current owner has ever picked them up. The city did make concessions with this property. We are not going to require full sidewalks. It's just pavement to the minimum length. So it is an unopened piece of right of way. So, thank you.
Thank you. All right, Noah.
I don't have too much to report, but I did want to give you a preview. So we've talked several times about the Lloyd Parkway project and that we intended on financing that with the Office of the State Treasurer. So next week's business meeting, I'm going to bring forward the authorizing ordinance that will approve the financing documents that will then allow us to be included in their February COP sale. And that will get us the funding for that acquisition. They just concluded in October 2025 COP sale, and for 20-year real estate financing. Now, again, they won't guarantee this because this is a competitively bid bond sale. They did receive 3.8% on a 20-year real estate financing. So that kind of gives you an idea of where the market's at for 20 years, and hopefully we will receive something better, or at least in that ballpark. So I just want to make you aware that's going to come next Tuesday for your approval. If you have any questions between now and Tuesday, please give me a call. Happy to walk through any of the questions you have. Thank you.
Thank you. Nick was excused from tonight's meeting. Charlie, do you have anything?
I have nothing to report. Thank you so much.
Okay. Chief Brown.
Yeah, I just want to second what Dennis said. Saturday night was fantastic. Sam and her group did a really, really good job. As he mentioned, there's always lessons learned, but it was really, really special. And if you check out our social media, you'll see your officers hanging out with Mabel the duck. I can tell you more about Mabel if you would like. I also want to talk about Shop with a Cop. So Shop with a Cop was started by Chief Penny Sapp about 21 years ago in this county. It's highly successful. It's one of the biggest in the state. But it's the first Saturday of December, which has been in conflict with our downtown event since it began. So 3 years ago, we worked with them to have a second event that's held on the first Sunday of every December. And so their event in Poulsbo had about 140 kids, and our event here in town had 34. And we also supported the women's shelter, and it was just an absolutely fantastic day for us to do something for the members of our community that are struggling during the holidays. So I would strongly encourage you. We've got a bunch of stuff out on social media. Go check it out, and you're welcome to join us next year if you'd like as well. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Brandy.
Yes, good evening, Mayor Pro Tem and council members. So a few months ago, I brought before you an amended contract for our code publishing contract that allowed us to upgrade to the new system so that way members of the public and staff can have current real-time access to our code that has been codified. So on the screen for the council members and staff that are in here tonight, as well as members of the public online. One of the newest features is that you can get update by the whole code, which means anything in the code you can get emailed when there's a section that's been updated, as well as filter down to a particular section. So pretty simple, get updates, click that, do your email. Again, just click what section you want, get updates. It'll ask you for the current page that you want to get updated in your email. And if you don't really want to go that route, but you want to know what new codes or legislation that's been made for the city of Port Orchard, when you go onto the home page, you can just click new laws and it'll tell you the most current ordinances that were passed. So just something that we offered by your guys' approval through the contract amendment and budget process. If anybody has any questions on the site itself, they can reach out to somebody in the clerk's office and we can walk them through that. So I just wanted to let you know that that is up and running and ready for anybody to use, as well as the most updated search terms as well. So a lot better than what we had before.
Is this through Code Publishing?
Code Publishing was bought out, but their new name is eCode 360.
Oh, okay.
So yes.
Wow. Sounds good. Thanks.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Hey, Brandy, do we have, is there like an icon on the city website that shows a quick link or something to get the public to that?
Mhm.
Our search isn't very robust.
Probably just hasn't been indexed yet. Yeah.
Get better.
There you go.
There we go. Thank you. Thank you, Janine.
Thank you. Okay, no other question? All right, we'll move on to our second citizen comment period. I believe we had one former speaker who would like to finish testimony.
Oh, yes, thank you so much, Mayor Pro Tem and council members. As I was saying, I hope to build a 600 square foot home as my primary residence. And this 4,000 square foot road in front of my property that would address the unopened piece of right of way would add 4,000 square feet of impervious surface and remove 4,000 square feet of woodland, which is not aligned with the city's own stormwater management plan. It would increase the surface area. I have a very low impact on that property. I'm not doing a large construction project. Jurisdictions across Washington state routinely grant waivers, reductions, deferrals, and fee in lieu alternatives for frontage improvements that aren't serving anyone, that are tied to very small, low impact projects that provide limited public value, that are not part of any planned transportation projects, and would create an orphaned fragment road segment that's unnecessary. I've spoken to engineers from the public and private sector, and they have used the word unnecessary for this portion of road. And this would be a real bummer to fly in the face of the stormwater goals that the city has by pulling out 4,000 square feet of woodland and putting in 4,000 square feet of impervious surface that is unlikely to be used by anyone. Also, there's a rough proportionality rule, which this would be imposing a major infrastructure obligation on one low-income homeowner to solve this issue in the area, and it would not solve the issue. I really want to collaborate with the city. I really am respectfully asking for a waiver or an alternative solution. I understand we need a certain amount of road surface area for the homes that are there, but there are homes in that area on dirt roads, and that's why we want to put a piece of, or the ordinance says I need to put a piece of impervious surface where it is unnecessary. So thank you so much for your time and considering this request. And I'm hoping that I can meet with the stormwater planning group.
Yes, again, if we can get your contact information, we will reach out to you and put you in touch with the right people. There is a waiver process, technical deviations. So I think the city would be happy to help you out with your project. And we appreciate the good discussion of your project.
Mhm.
I really appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other comment or any other People wanting to testify? Not seeing any. Okay, we're down to good of the order. Do we have any good of the order? Eric?
Yeah, I want to touch a little bit on Saturday's Holiday on the Bay as well. A lot of planning by the city. Their staff was fantastic. Public works staff. I was at the marina the entire day out there where the stage is, and people were commenting about all the public work staff. Everyone wore like Santa hats, you know, they all looked like they were engaged, and it was fantastic. So let them all know that greatly appreciated. First thing in the morning, when we were decorating the stage, Dennis's group was out there putting the star back up top because the windstorm came through. So they did that first thing in the morning and worked on that to get that done. So super helpful. Definitely Chief Brown's team was big presence out there. So it was great. John Morrissey was a fantastic mayor of Whoville. Josh Johnson was the Grinch, and that was pretty cool. That's why John had to shave his face, was for that. So for the costume, but did fantastic. And then, the backstage alley, Corinne and her group, that board down there, they killed it. They did a fantastic job back there. So Sam Smith, if we can get her on payroll, I would. She is definitely a blessing for this city. So
Yeah.
I think that's all I got for you guys. That's it.
Go ahead, Heidi.
Yeah, 100% what you said. And yeah, I had a great time down there, and it's quite the hallmark. It's just magical. And so can't wait next year. And I think we're really going to get our name on the map here for Holiday on the Bay.
All right. Anything from you? Oh, we're just going to go on down the line. I attended as well, and I was happy to see great presence by our city staff and our police. I got a lesson on how the barricades work and just how easy they are to maneuver since they're each 700 pounds. And I got a discussion of how they actually work, and it was quite impressive what we do to protect the public with rather mobile barricades. So that was pretty neat to see and listen to. But it was very well done. I think it's the biggest attendance we've had yet. And I got a lot of positive feedback from members of the community, some of who I work with. And so they were telling me today how nice it was. All right.
I don't know that I can add too much more than what's already been said, other than I don't know how much you can have any more fun in a small town like we did Saturday night. I got to take a picture with people's dogs, cats, a duck, and a goat, right? All at our holiday tree lighting. So what an amazing time. And I somebody put it on social media best. They've been in our town, I think they said 6 years. And that evening was an exemplary reason on why they moved to a small town like Port Orchard. So hats off to the entire city staff, because I know that it's not just Dennis's and Chief Brown's staff that helped make that all happen. It does take the whole team, so we appreciate it so much. Additionally, I want to throw out there tomorrow morning, the Greater Kitsap Chamber hosts an elected breakfast at the conference center at 8 a.m. If anyone's interested in attending, it is open to any elected, and hope to see anyone at their gala on Friday evening as well. So it's a big chamber week for the Greater Kitsap Chamber.
Go ahead, I got a couple.
I just wanted to echo what Scott said, because I was walking through town and I noticed that every major intersection had a vehicle parked there. And I was thinking, why are they blocking the traffic? And I thought, oh, that's because we need to prevent any inadvertent incursions. I was very impressed by the barricades at Sydney and Bay. It looks like they would ruin your tires if you tried to run into them.
Underside of your car.
Yeah, and I thought it's a sad statement that we need it today, but on the other hand, I thought it was a very positive that this would be a very safe event. And I thought it's sad that people don't realize the preparation that has to go into events, because we know that a lot of people that want to be
what they say, grandfathered in for whatever their event is. But they don't realize, I think, all the things that go into every one of these events and the cost and just the effort. So I do applaud, Public Works and the police department. I was very impressed and very reassured.
Excellent. Okay, I know you.
I do have a couple items,
All right.
mostly just to consider. But first of all, I hope everybody got an email from PBC. And if you didn't, please make sure you register. They sent out an email talking about the upcoming year and the filing of our financials starting 1 January. One of the things that I'd like to remind everybody, hopefully, you'll be able to bring your financials over from your previous filing, which makes it a lot easier. And if not, you might want to check early because they'll be able to help you through that process. We have till, I believe, April 15th, but earlier is always better so they're not looking for you. Second of all, I'd like the council to consider adding to our website an acknowledgement of Port Orchard being on indigenous land. It's not unusual for other organizations or cities to have this acknowledgement, and it's something I would like you to consider. I'm not really looking for debate tonight. I'm just bringing this up. And the last thing I wanted to bring up was as we look forward to committee assignments, and I told you, Brandy, you'd have to help me out on this. We've added a committee several years ago for transportation. That's how the Transportation Committee got added. I'd like to add a 6-month ad hoc committee for us to have a committee of 3 to work with Charlie to look at our city council norms to see if there's any changes we want to make, additions or subtractions to that. So again, I'm not looking for discussion tonight, but I would like people to consider that. So if so, we would have to do what would we need to do exactly to bring forward this committee?
I would assume probably a resolution.
Okay.
I wasn't sure if there was something historical. Yeah, so a formal resolution establishing a council committee. You could also do it by motion, but a resolution does formalize the scope of the committee's duties. And what was the word? I missed the word. The council norms? Is that what you said? Okay.
Council norms, we're looking at our chapter 2 of the POMC.
Okay.
And this is something that we've talked about. People have kicked around in discussions, and I think it's probably time to look at it. And I'm envisioning a committee of 3, just like we have, but to put a time limit on it, like 6 months, to work through everything and then bring it back to the full council for either adoption, to add or subtract, whatever the case may be. So those are my 3 items for tonight. And I know we have another meeting, but everybody's getting ready for the holidays. So I'll wish everybody that's watching or will watch later, happy holidays as we get ready for 2026.
Yeah. And, I'd like to add, because you stimulated my thought, I've asked for transparency training for the council. And so Charlie, I think, is going to be looking at it. I think it'll be maybe the first of its kind. I don't know. But I think it'll be helpful to understand what transparency really means in a defensible way for the city and its actors. So any other good of the order? And seeing none, we're going to go into executive session with adjournment.
Looks like Dennis had something.
Oh, Dennis, sorry.
I'm sorry to interrupt. I neglected to recognize Brandy and Janine for all the work they do on these special events. All the applicants come through. Yes, so none of it gets done without those 2. So
Hey, when you're vaccines, it's hard to,
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, great job.
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome. And I'm sure Janine will say you're welcome too if she could. She's got thumbs up. So
All right. Very nice. Okay, we'll be going into executive session with adjournment immediately to follow.
Pursuant to RCW 423110 subpart 1 subpart I with no action to follow. For 15 minutes. Sorry.
Yes.
So for those of you who haven't been on council before, no, this is not our shortest meeting ever.
I think it's the shortest meeting of this council.
We've had some